Hi, hello everyone. Welcome.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy
Tuesday. What is it?
Happy Wednesday Eve.
Yes, indeed. So before we get into anything, we're going to do a little audio test here. We're going to see if this is working.
Check the mic. Check.
Check. All right, we're a go, my friend. We're a go.
Let's do it.
We're here. We're live. We're working good, and we have beautiful Ryan Skinner there. And then we're going to flip this around, and even more beautiful, Derek Easley and Stephen Howarth.
I'm more beautiful. But
Stephen, fresh off of a trip. How was your trip, pal?
it was awesome. I went up north. I went to the Disney Family Museum, which was really awesome. If you get a chance, it's at the Presidio,
Ooh, nice.
which is also where Lucasfilm and ILM is.
And you posted some cool stuff with Yoda and R2D2.
Yeah, there's a Yoda fountain.
I like this better. Let's just make this the Derek and Steven show.
I'm not tapping the Rockies, Cody. I have my White Claws out.
Yes, I brought you a warm to go with the frat boy mystique. I brought you a warm Coors Light.
To be fair, I don't know if I'm getting away from the frat boy mystique with the White Claw either, but I have no idea what the kids are doing these days.
So we have Eddie who says hola with a thumbs up. We have Luis who says hi guys. Hello everybody. This is Wednesday the 17th live unboxing show. And first and foremost, let's cover how we survived and thrived during what, Ryan?
Free Comic Book Day.
Free Comic Book Day.
Sorry, Instagram people are funny.
Ruben says, hey guys. Oh, did you hear that? Ryan said you people on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter are not funny.
That's exactly what I meant.
He said Instagram's
eating your lunch.
But Facebook people are the best looking. The Twitch people are the most financially responsible.
Who has credit card? Who pays off their credit card bill every month? Hey,
so how'd it go?
Free Comic Book Day. It went really well. I think those of you that came out and supported, we filled up 3 giant bins worth of food, and then we had a bunch of that was all the bins that we had that they had given us for the donations. By the way,
like
for Free Comic Book Day, we did a food drive. In case you didn't know, with Long Beach Rescue Mission. Those of you that have been shopping with us for a long time know that Pulp Fiction has a long tradition of coordinating Free Comic Book Day with a food drive. And we had a really successful one. So we filled up 3 bins plus a bunch of cardboard boxes. And we got about a little over $400 in cash donations also.
That's awesome.
So the Long Beach Rescue Mission, when they came and picked up, they were very happy. It's we'll do that again next year. What did you think of Free Comic Book Day, Derek? You were here as well.
I thought it was great. We did some crowd control in the morning, and everyone was polite. Ryan was very smart to bring a canopy this year.
Didn't have to get the hose out on him.
Didn't have to hose anybody down. Ruben says, great job, guys. Ruben, I won't share any of your business, but Ruben is doing good. So we're always thinking about you, Ruben, and glad to hear your voice and see you doing good. What are you moving all these boxes?
They're in my way.
It picks up on camera, you know. Yeah, we got to hold it up. It's the unboxing video.
Yeah, that's right. Here's the box.
So we had the canopy. The morning started, and there was actually a line down the block.
Yep.
And Ryan did a great job of ordering a lot of books. In previous years, we had certain books where, we didn't have this one, or we only had a couple issues of it. It seemed like there was a pretty good amount of the high-demand books.
Oh, thank you.
The Stray Dogs and the Enter the House of Slaughter and a couple other things.
Yeah, it didn't seem like everybody got what they wanted for the most part.
And
I didn't get the Archie book, but that's okay.
Oh, so sad. And what I was most excited about, besides I love seeing young folks here. I love seeing kids excited and happy to get free comic books. But I loved seeing Michael Lerner come back. Yeah. And then also Keith Dooley came back. And Ryan Riley and a bunch of old faces, a bunch of old Pulp Fiction crew. We got a good group photo of the old staff.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of a fun reunion because, last year it was a modified Free Comic Book Day.
No,
right?
It doesn't really count. They doled it out week by week, which is smart, and that's what they should have done, but it's not the same thing.
It was an asterisk.
It was an asterisk.
Luis says, no hose. Darn it. Does that mean that the annual Pulp Fiction wet t-shirt contest was canceled?
No, that's tonight.
Yes, indeed. I just stood there, Luis, with my pipe, and everyone...
Why do you think I wore my Jaws 3D t-shirt? 3D.
So any other thoughts on it? Everyone was really generous. Everyone had a good time. A lot of people came to the store and bought extra stuff too, which is another good after effect.
Yeah, it was awesome. I didn't feel overwhelmed or underwhelmed. I felt whelmed. So that was good. And look forward to next year. Hopefully, we don't have to worry so much about
Figure something out.
alert those wild. Ray, you're just throwing things out here in the chat that are distracting me, and I don't know what that means.
Well, read some of it.
He
That's
said,
entertaining.
controversy alert, those wild free comic book day DC variants heavy. I don't know what that means.
So elaborate. What does that mean?
I don't know.
The
I don't
DC
know.
books, there was a Batman one. There was a King Shark one.
I mean, those
what
are
else
just
was
the
there?
books.
Yeah.
I'm saying, well, I wonder if there were some ratios, but I don't know if I can't remember now if it was free comic book day or one of these upcoming Batman Day things. But the ratios that they were doing are out of control. They were way too much for me to qualify for. I would have had to order like a lot, way more than I wanted. Young Justin's reference. I don't know what's happening on Instagram. You guys work it out. Yeah, free comic book day was good. Yeah, that's it. I feel really good about it.
Awesome. Very good. Anything else in any store updates?
We're-
Any new books, new things going on, Ryan?
We're gearing up now. My next big project is Saturday 18th, September 18th. We're going to have a Stray Dog signing here with Tony Fleece.
We're gonna have dogs.
You people can bring their dogs. Phil will probably be here with Guts.
Okay.
People are more than welcome to bring their dogs if
Guts
they have
the dog.
well-behaved dogs.
Yes, I know Gus. Gus is-
I used to call him Guts too until I got corrected.
Yeah,
It's Guts.
Guts.
with a T.
Guts.
because
Oh.
he is a massive fan of a Japanese comic book called Berserk, and the main character in that book is called
Not
Guts.
Berserk.
So not
Berserk.
Gus, the field goal kicking donkey, right?
No, not
Guts.
that one.
Okay. Guts.
Edgar Espinoza on YouTube. Hello from YouTube. He says, "Awesome day, man. Thanks for the great comics." You're welcome, Edgar. Thank you for coming out.
Edgar has good taste. He keeps picking out some variants that are fire. Yeah, so Saturday the 18th, Stray Dog signing. I'll have details for people soon when I start nailing some stuff down. But at the very least, Tony's going to be here. He's going to be signing. Don't get too excited if it doesn't happen, but I'm trying to work on a CGC witness so people can get their stuff witnessed and then send it off to CGC if they want
I'll
to.
witness it,
That's nice that you'll witness it.
but then
It needs to be in an official capacity, unfortunately. I could just try telling him it's Steve Howarth, but I don't know if that'll fly. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes, guys. But I'm gonna have I took down the printings that came out a couple weeks ago. They've been up as long as they need to be, so now they are in cold storage until the event. And we have a
So
whole
is
bunch
the-
of the trade paperback coming, and I have a lot of the free comic book day books left as well.
Can I go ahead, Steve?
So they're hanging out with Mr. Freeze.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Can I tell a quick funny story? So I was successful in doing a couple upsales in the store. Ryan didn't ask me to do this, but I just did it anyway. A couple of folks in the store, you should check out this book, and I'll grab this too. So one guy was asking for advice, and I pointed out Stray Dogs, explained what Stray Dogs was, but then
Oh,
he
I
was
remember
very
this story.
confused about he's like, well, where does Dracula fit into this?
It's
or where
funny.
does the craft? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to explain. These are
Homage.
homage covers.
Yeah, you go really far down the rabbit hole with some of that stuff, and you can't expect people that are just kind of casually coming into it.
This
to
is a
understand.
third printing. A what?
That's where kind of the trades come in. You're just like, here it is.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? Store business? None. I'm onwards and upwards.
Perfect. Steve is going to help me out here for a second. Steve, is there any comic industry news that you want to throw out there to the panel?
Well, Reed Pop announced for the New York Comic Con, I think it's in December or something. Anyway, it's later this year, that you have to be vaccinated. You have to wear your mask inside. And apparently they're going to have like the plastic shields for like all the guests. So
I've seen. Are you showing a book? What are you showing?
Oh, I'm just Instagram asking me what's in the box.
Oh.
I was just doing that while you guys
I've seen you guys. You know the
I'm
famous
vamping.
the famous meet and greet photos where Ryan gets to hug his favorite celebrity. Who's a celebrity that if you were a fanboy, you would like to see, Ryan?
Alive or dead? Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Wait, what's
matter.
going on?
alive.
Like imagine you're at a Comic Con, you're paying.
Oh, just hugging to give
or
somebody a big
you're
hug.
paying to take a picture. You know those things.
I want to go back and do George Romero again.
Okay, cool. So imagine Ryan in a paid photo op with George Romero if he was still alive. So now Steve in these Comic Cons with these interesting times we live in, they're putting up the shield in between them. So
Yeah,
they're doing the Spock thing where they're touching the shield.
Yeah, they say so. Yeah, you can do your whole Spock and Kirk thing.
Or your midnight train thing.
At the midnight.
Oh, Billy.
Oh. Okay, cool. All right, what else?
So there's that. There was a big bombshell with DC. DC and Webtoons are going to team up to make web comics for mobile platforms.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that turns out. Also, not necessarily comic related, but I thought it was kind of cool. HBO Max has ordered 10 episodes of an Adventure Time spinoff show.
Nice.
By the original team. So that's
A lot of comics people love Adventure Time.
Yeah. We all love Adventure Time. Let's see. Voice cast revealed for Catwoman, The Hunted.
Oh, that's new DC animated movie?
Yeah, new voicing Catwoman will be Elizabeth
Giles? Who's that? Tell us. She's from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know who she is.
And actress Stephanie Barrett. Beatrice. The rest of the voice cast includes Jonathan Banks as the Black Mask, Steve Bloom as Solomon Grundy, Lauren Cohan as Julia Pennyworth.
That's Batman's mom, Lauren Cohan.
Yeah. Keith David, who is just awesome in everything.
Yeah.
He's going to be Tobias Wales. Zahira Fazell is going to be Talia. Jonathan Frakes is going to be King Faraday and Boss Moxie.
Yes, Riker.
Riker is in the house. Kirby Howe Baptiste is as Barbara Minerva and Cheetah. Kelly Hugh as Cheshire. Andrew Kisho as Mr. Yakuza and Domino 6.
That's a lot of characters.
Eric Lopez as Domino 1.
Okay, we're getting in the weeds here.
Okay, we're getting in the weeds, but a lot of. Actually,
sounds good. The last Catwoman voice actress we had was the gal who died from Glee.
Yeah,
she did a great job.
Naya Rivera, yeah. And for people that were asking or thinking about, because you know how they put those out in 2 parts. They because they didn't announce like a 4K version. There's the 4K version is going to have both of them on it.
Oh, perfect.
So it's just going to.
I saw the first. You didn't see the first one, did you? Ryan? The Long Halloween.
No,
it's really good. Did you see both of them?
I did see the first one. I haven't seen the second one.
Is all that stuff on HBO Max?
No,
all the animated
they will
things?
Be,
they will be.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of the animated stuff is on there.
Yeah,
I gotta get back to Harley.
Speaking of Archie, from Free Comic, there was a bite-sized Archie that was I think it was a digital thing that they're going to head. That's going to print.
Nice.
And let's see what else. Let's see. Vault teams up with Danny Lore and Glow Spizito for Lunar Room. Vault's been actually putting out quite a bit of good stuff lately.
Oh, Vault's been the homie for a little bit.
They've been doing some really good stuff. So
good horror stuff.
Anytime they announce stuff is
Vault has my heart.
Any big industry news you can think of, Ryan? Has the comic book world been sucked into the black hole of Substack?
Bendis going to Dark Horse.
Yes, so he's taking which properties?
Anything
Jinx World.
The Jinx World stuff.
World, yeah.
So, it's Scarlet, Pearl, cover. I guess. I mean, assume Powers falls under that as well.
Yeah.
Anything he owns.
So we don't want to spend all day on this, but give us 20 seconds, Ryan, on some of this.
Sure. I mean, we talked about it last week. There's a bunch of people who are all announcing their digital exclusive contracts. I think the big one this week was Donny Cates. Him and Ryan Stegman made an announcement that they'd have a brand new superhero, brand new character called Vanish. I think it's called Vanish. Again, this stuff is going to print, guys. Don't worry. It's going to come to print. I don't know what company from what company. But
that's a thing I love the most about the Scott Snyder announcement, which, by the way, I am paying $7 a month to take his how to write
those writing classes.
Class. I actually haven't started it yet, but I'm excited to.
He's going to say lesson 1: be related to Zack Snyder.
Yeah, exactly. Some of them are kind of like in podcast form, so that's cool. I can kind of listen to it while I do other things. But one of my favorite things about that Comixology announcement he did were how many titles did he announce?
A lot, like 10
or something.
Yeah.
They're all going to be published by Dark Horse in physical format.
Yeah.
So they said right away, like, hey, it's going digital first, but don't worry, guys, you'll be able to pick it up at your local comic book shop.
Yeah, because
I appreciate that.
Yeah, because Dark Horse made a deal with Comixology to do print versions of their stuff. So.
Mm-hmm.
But Mr. Tiny Onion hasn't announced.
No. It'll be up to him to do whatever he wants. He could take one book over here. He could take one book over there. He could do whatever he wants.
Hold the presses. Adam Hernandez says, hello, it's lunchtime at Haunted Target. I think Target would have got a lot more business if they branded it as Haunted Target.
On Instagram, and this is very cynical, but if I was a betting man, this is actually what I agree with. Substack will run out of venture capital in a few years and everything will return to normal.
Yeah.
That's very cynical, and I hope that doesn't happen. And I wish all of these people all the success.
I wish them.
But we'll see.
I wish them success, but I was at my old job. I was knee deep in the Quibi fiasco. So
Yeah, I felt bad, but a lot of that Quibi stuff is now available on Roku. I liked a number of Quibi things. Steve hated pretty much everything.
Well, stuff we worked on was terrible.
Yeah, and not to get too into the weeds about the publishing and journalism worlds, because that's a whole nother podcast video show. But one thing Substack is cool for is that a lot of journalists are thriving on there because print media, of course, has a lot of things going on with it. So a lot of folks are being able to write their op-eds or cover their stories and thriving on Substack. So besides the comic book world, it's good for all types of writers.
So how much stock do you have in Substack, Derek?
What?
How much stock do you have in Substack?
It hasn't gone public yet, but I will.
And I wanted to say the Adventure Time is actually a Fiona and Cake series.
Oh, I see.
So
Very nice.
that'll be fun.
Adventure Time used to be my bedtime show. 15 minutes, makes you sleepy. It's good.
Titans dropped last week, Ryan. 3 episodes.
I saw a clip of Red Hood and Nightwing fighting in an alley.
Red Hood is a bad boy.
Yeah, well,
like so much so that
he is the bad boy.
Well, no, he's really bad. So I'm trying to explain.
Yeah, he's an assassin.
Yeah,
he kills people.
Well, so did you see my post on Instagram of Pulp Fiction Instagram of how Tommy Taylor has Red Hood teaming up with Nightwing for the Nightwing Annual, and they're all like, the two brothers are together to fight crime and blah blah. And Megan doesn't know who Red Hood is, so watching Titans, she's like, this guy's terrible. He's so evil. Like, they have to kill him. He's the worst. And I'm like, well, he ends up like, I mean, of course, it's totally different than the comics, but like, he ends up coming back into the fold.
Is he killing innocent people? Because
yes, he is horrible. He's cutting people's heads off, Ryan.
Innocent people?
He's torturing children.
Oh, okay.
He's horrible in the show.
Game of Thrones can do it. If Game of Thrones can do it, then anybody can, I guess.
Luis Molina says Tim Drake seems cool in Titan. Yes, Tim Drake is in Titans as well, and he's good. But anyway, Titans 1 through 3 was good. What If came out.
I've only seen the first one.
That's all it's out. Oh. And tomorrow comes out?
The next one.
T'Challa.
Cool.
T'Challa as Star-Lord, voiced by Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
And then the season finale of Superman and Lois is on tonight, so tune in. And then for movie stuff, I think, what movie came out? Free Guy?
Free Guy actually did very well.
It did really well. Did any of us see it?
I haven't seen it, but it was the first one that wasn't a dual release. So.
Yeah, and Ryan Reynolds is already talking about a sequel through Disney.
Speaking of sequels, Cruella, they just cut a deal with Emma Stone.
So she's not going to sue them then?
She's not going to sue them because she's... But there is news that I guess just broke a little while ago that'll probably make Ryan happy. Neil Blomkamp,
yeah.
Blomkamp. On Demonic, which is District 10. So it's a sequel to District 9. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah. I only like one of his movies.
Which one?
The first one.
District 9?
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
it's a Hunger Games sequel, right?
Yeah. And then the Star Wars Visions trailer dropped.
Yeah, the animated. Yeah. That's cool.
I don't know. I still feel hurt when he was threatening to dismantle my alien continuity. So I have to.
Ryan's got feelings about it.
Somebody on Instagram asked, "Is there a new Nightwing annual?" It's not out yet.
It's November.
But join that poll box.
Yep.
I don't know.
And also, I posted on the group for Joker. Dan Hipp's doing a variant cover that I posted the cover for.
That looks so cool.
Is that for the Joker series, the main series?
No, I think. Well, it says.
I mean, the Joker series. We don't know.
I think it's the Joker. It says Joker annual.
Oh, it'll be the annual for Joker.
The series, yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
I just had a total brain fart. I had like another comic book thing I wanted to say, but I lost it.
Suck it back in. Thought right back into your butt.
Anyway, a lot of good comics, a lot of good shows based on comic books, Ryan. It's a good time to be a comic book fan. And what I always preach is if you like these movies, these shows, these video games, come to Pulp Fiction Long Beach and check out the source material. It's usually better or different enough that you're having a fun and different experience.
Yeah. You get to be a part of the Cool Kid Club that kind of knows what's going on before it happens.
Exactly.
We did have a customer in the last couple of days, it might have been today, who I don't remember what he bought, but he did say something effective. Well, I've been watching all these movies for years. I just felt like I owed it to try some of this stuff. I'm like, yeah, you should. You do owe us.
Yes.
Give me your money.
Pay the piper. Oh, okay. I'll give you a preview of what one of the questions is going to be. Ties into the news story. So, yes, go ahead.
I have a request that you can deny.
Yes.
It's just fine. If you have cute questions again, can you ask
Submit them early?
Can you ask them at the front of the show so I have more time to think about it?
As soon as you send me
turning the light on you at the police station, going, answer it.
Oh, ask the questions at the beginning,
so I can be thinking about it.
So you can think of. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do right now.
Okay.
For one of them.
Okay. Or you can do one that I can think about, one to blindside me with.
Yeah. So as soon as you send me the slides to put at the beginning of the show,
fair enough.
I'll pre-send you the questions as soon as I do my pull box on time.
Tit for tat.
As Steven mentioned, Emma Stone is going to do Cruella 2, so she's not going to sue them. There's rumors that she might possibly sue them. Rumors that Emily Blunt still might, but they cut all ties with ScarJo.
Yeah.
Over this lawsuit, so they canceled her Tower of Terror movie that she was going to do.
Oh,
I know you're really broken. We need more. We need more movies based on.
Wait.
Maybe they'll bring Steve Guttenberg back.
You mean because they did Jungle Book and presumably we're going to get a Space Mountain movie at some point.
Yeah.
There was a Tower of Terror movie, a ride that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
No, it exists in Florida.
Still exists in Florida.
Okay. That's based on something that's already a thing. Okay.
Yeah. The thing based on the thing based on the other thing.
This is like
very meta.
They've already done it because there was the Eddie Murphy haunted mansion movie. There's the Country Bear Jamboree.
Yeah.
That's what makes me feel like when they did a novelization of the Dante's Inferno video game.
Yeah, pretty much. So anyway, ScarJo, that movie's canceled. So guess what the rumors
DC,
are? Warner
DC,
Brothers
fire.
is courting
Let's
ScarJo.
Go. What can she do? Who can she be?
That's the question. So if you are an executive at DC Comics, don't answer now. Hold it till the end of the show.
All right.
And you guys think,
fan cast.
If you are going to cast the wonderful Scarlett Johansson in a DC property,
I got it.
what would you cast her as?
I know.
Okay, hold on to it. And you guys in the audience, please chime in.
Can it be somebody that's already been cast? Can she come in and knock?
Whatever.
Can we just wrest Wonder Woman away from Gal Gadot?
If you pitch,
that's not my pick. I'm just
but if you pitch something that's like that, then you have to pitch like the Elseworlds movie.
Got it. Okay.
It would be like you pitch her as like the Dead Earth thing.
Sure.
Which I think.
Ruben already says ScarJo is Black Canary. Luis says I'm still pissed that Guillermo del Toro's Haunted Mansion movie never happened.
He was also going to do Justice League Dark too.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk about unmade movies. That's later. Sorry, there's a book literally about this.
Oh, that's so cool.
Open it.
No, we'll do that at the end.
Okay, so I think that's enough pop culture things. Toss the Disney CEO out. He's a goon, Adam says. Oh, you better be careful at Haunted Target.
Ring, ring, ring. Hey, everybody has to love Marvel. This is the CEO.
It's illegal to not love those movies.
And I will say, if you have Apple Plus, watch Ted Lasso. It is freaking awesome. I caught up. It's not comics and it's not genre. It's actually sports, and I don't like sports, but that show is totally awesome. And they had like a Christmas episode that was amazing. And the actual opening, instead of him sitting on the bench, was actually stop motion animation, which was really cool.
Okay,
awesome.
But it's a really good show.
Last one in.
Hey Ryan,
yeah,
this is an unboxing show. Do you have a box anywhere?
I have a box right here.
There's a box right there.
Is Gwyneth Paltrow's head in it? Maybe.
Do you put your hand in there to discover the pain from Dune?
Or is it like the tree thing?
Put it in there, young Paul. So do you have any books or comics to show us?
I do. I have a whole bunch of books and comics.
Let's do it.
Real quick, though, on Instagram one more time. Have you heard about Dark Knights of Steel?
Yes. So we posted about that on the Pulp Fiction Instagram and Facebook. Really excited about that. Announced by our good friend Tommy Taylor.
Yeah,
he was teasing about it for a while, right?
With all the Substack stuff, one of the things I think you will see is people coming in to fill these voids. Tom Taylor's, I'm pretty certain, is going to become the new golden child of DC Comics. Well, maybe at both companies because nobody's got him locked up. But
because he's doing the Dark Ages too.
He's just going to move on up.
Well, and
Marvel.
I think we also might see Tom King come back to maybe
possible. We're so sorry. There's Batman.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, that is out of continuity. Old school. It's right there in the title. It's Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, all these other DC characters.
Round Table,
Camelot.
Yep.
DC Holy Trinity.
And he says that the new origins for Green Lantern and Wonder Woman will be very exciting.
Ooh.
So check that out.
Okay. Let's talk about comic books, guys.
Sure. Let's talk about new comics.
Okay, so not a lot of DC stuff this week, but we're gonna plug them up front and talk about it a little bit. Here's one that's kind of interesting. This is a Dark Knight's Death Metal #1. So it would have been nice if this came out a while ago.
I think it was supposed to, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened with this. It might have been a production issue, but this is a soundtrack variant. And if you're wondering what that means, in addition to there actually being this is being an original cover, I'm not sure who the artist is, and I can't tell by just seeing the faces at the top.
Is that Finch?
It's not David Finch.
Yeah.
From the color, I thought maybe Francavilla, but it's not Francavilla. Anyway, this has a vinyl record packaged in it that you can play.
Disc.
Huh?
They called him Flexi Disc.
Flexi disc, yes, because it is flexi. And this is Rise Against. I've heard of them. I've never listened to them. There is actually a full-on proper Dark Knight's Death Metal album that maybe you can listen to on Spotify or something. But they did the entire album in like a vinyl package. Huh?
Dave Johnson did the
Oh, it's Dave. Yeah, that's Dave Johnson. That I have here for $39.99. But also they did 3 different variants for the Dark Knight's Death Metal. I think they were probably going to do one for each issue, and maybe they just got. So now I think it's probably just the first 3. This is kind of a weird anachronism at this point that it's coming this far out. That we still have a few folks that are excited about, and I have one for the shelf. I'm selling for $19.99.
Can I jump in here, Ryan?
Yeah, jump in.
So I tried that. I tried listening to the official Dark Knight's Death Metal
Not your jam.
music while reading it.
Literally not your jams.
No, I don't listen to music while I read comic books.
Oh.
But it totally worked.
Oh, good.
Because it just like it fits, and
Yeah.
you feel like you're in the middle of a death metal, heavy metal action series. So they really curated good songs because you're supposed to read the book at certain times with certain songs.
Right.
It's kind of like listening to Dark Side of the Moon or something, right? So it's really fun.
I personally love that stuff. I wish there were more like albums that went along with classic books. Okay, not any really new series from DC this week, but we do have another Batman Secret Files. Last one was Huntress. This one is Clown Hunter. A little one shot there for the Clown Hunter fans. And these are technically DC Comics, but I just want to remind everyone again, I have all the issues of Nice House on the Lake that have come out so far in various printings. Ample amount of them, issues 1, 2, and 3. If you haven't heard, Ryan finally read it, and I concur with everybody. It's one of the best books to come out this year. It's probably might even be my favorite book this year.
Wow.
It's really
Ultra
good.
Mega.
Yeah, I forgot about Ultra Mega.
I gotta hold you to account.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. I got to think about it, but it's really good.
And the
Art's phenomenal. Story's really cool. No idea what's going on. Me and Wendy were like talking for 15 minutes, just like, I don't know. Do you think it might be this, or do you think it might be that? And it's really neat. I forgot to bring him over here for show and tell. Maybe when you guys are talking, I can go grab them. I don't know where they are, so don't try.
Ryan, let me ask you this. So you had the second printing of the first issue, last week?
That was the third printing.
Oh, third print.
Yeah,
okay,
we burned through 2 printings.
Okay, so educate me again. So what they're doing is they're making the subsequent printings look more distorted, right?
Yeah, each one is more desiccated as they go.
So what printing is that? This
is the third printing for number 1. Okay. This week we got the second printing for number 2. So the first printing, if you look at it, is just pristine, and then the second issue is getting cracks and wear and all kinds of stuff there on the cover. And then they haven't done another printing for the third issue yet, so I still just have first printings for the first issue.
Copy that. So if you like to collect the subsequent printings that are different,
I fell into the trap.
Those
So I just like you guys, I went on and spent eBay price. I paid eBay prices.
Will you be mad at me if I say something?
No.
So that
maybe I don't know what you're gonna say.
That first issue CGC is going for like over $150 on eBay.
Yeah.
So wow.
So
keep your stuff in good condition.
Keep your stuff in good condition. Yeah, you never know. I ordered I'll show. I'll grab them later because I quite drunkenly, excitedly spent a lot of time on eBay just trying to get everything that I could. Here's what I was able to acquire. I have a Ken Lashley variant. I got a Francavilla cover. I've got another really beautiful cover that was a store exclusive. I don't remember who the artist is. And I'm still trying to get the cardstock covers and the ratio variant. So anyway, silly Ryan. I could have a lot of that stuff right here in my hands. I could have just taken it home with me, but I gave them to you guys because I hadn't read them yet.
How dare you be so generous?
Okay, that's it for DC Comics.
I got a couple comments here real quick.
Yeah, let's bring it.
Death metal, is that the metal that Superman's pipe is made out of? Damn you, Luis. He didn't die. He recovered just fine.
It's embarrassment metal.
And then Ruben says, Ruben got what I was trying to say. You were picking up what I was putting down. He said, listening to Dark Side of the Moon while watching Wizard of Oz.
There you
That's
go.
what I was trying to say.
Side one.
Backwards.
Yes, exactly.
It's
While you're on LSD.
And you can see the little person that hangs itself in the
It was a
background.
deer.
I thought it was a stork.
No. Well, it's like whatever it is. It was just something
I don't care. It
else.
was a lot of fun to pause and rewind all the time when I was a kid.
And they all moved to Long Beach afterwards.
That's true. We have a
Very
fun.
near
We have a
Igor's
fun,
alley.
we have a fun little urban legend, but we're not going to do because those people are probably bothered all the time, and I feel really bad that ever in my younger days ever went there and bothered anybody. Okay, did you get Nightwing 83? Yes, Matt. You can't ask me about every comic book. I'm going to, if you have a question specifically, you can shoot me an email and I will get back to you.
It's right there on the screen.
I don't show everything on the stream. Otherwise, we'd be here too long because we like to talk about all kinds of stuff. So I'm just picking out the highlights, bud.
Did you get any Superman books?
You're just as bad. Royalty.
I'm here for Superman.
Eddie finally came and visited me after a long time. He is here to, in person, say DC, 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 always fire. On Instagram. And yeah, all right, let's go.
Love it.
So we got some indie books I'm going to move on to now, and then we'll finish out with Marvel. We got the second issue of Bermuda this week. I really enjoyed Bermuda #1. I highly recommend if anybody wants, if you're in the mood for something that's kind of like, hey, maybe if you saw Jungle Book and it wasn't your thing, like maybe Derek, check out Bermuda. It's a whole
Jungle Cruise
or Jungle Cruise, excuse me.
Jungle Book Cruise.
Jungle Book Cruise. It's a very verdant, beautiful, well-drawn book by Nick Bradshaw. If you're a fan of Arthur Adams, you're really, really going to like Nick Bradshaw's artwork. And this girl rides a giant chameleon that's pretty fun. So we have a couple of ratios this week. We have a 1-in-10 ratio variant by Nick Bradshaw. I'm selling for real cheap, just $5.99. That big chameleon there, front and center. And then J. Scott Campbell still lending his talents here to the variants here. We have a 1-in-25 by J. Scott Campbell. People must not be ordering very much of this book anymore because the price is higher than I thought. So I'm doing it at $39.99, selling for a little bit more than that on eBay in a few places, assumedly because they're not quite ordering quite as many of these as they were maybe #1.
You can thank the editor for that cover. Scott Dunbar is like him. They're really good friends, so that he's editing the book. So
Gotcha.
why, yeah. So I think
that was a deep cut. I didn't know where we were going.
So I think there's going to be special covers for all 4 issues. Okay?
Cool. You hear that, J. Scott Campbell fans? Be on the hunt for IDW J. Scott Campbell covers.
No,
I didn't get that wrong.
Each issue, like the first issue, remember had an Arthur Adams variant.
Right.
This one had J. Scott Campbell. The other 2 will be like big names.
Big names. Yeah. It sounds like you know who they are already.
I will not say.
Okay, fine.
He's got the big inside dope on Bermuda.
We also have the return of the current Sumerian series, which is the Man-Eaters of something. This is a 1-in-10 ratio variant by Fritz Casas, which is a homage to, anybody got it? Anybody know? This is a fun homage cover. No? Nobody in the house? How about out there?
I know it.
Well, just say it then.
Oh, it's Daredevil.
It is Daredevil. I was going to say TMNT, which would have been wrong because I've seen a TMNT. Walter Simonson did a TMNT homage cover to Daredevil on the TMNT book. So I'm glad that you answered because I would have looked like a jerk. Anyway, pretty cool book there for $9.99 if you want to see Conan doing the Daredevil thing. Okay. Big book this week. Eat the Rich, #1. I haven't had a chance to read it yet. My wife came in late from the airport last night, so that kind of botched my whole Monday night reading experience.
How dare you.
I'll try to read this tonight. I don't know about this one. One thing that's interesting about this is that it's from Boom. This is not returnable. That's the first #1 that has been not. That maybe they're finally, because there are ratio variants for this, and we are going to look at it. And I don't know if those of you that were paying attention, or if this matters to you, at some point, Diamond did kind of say the party is over. You're either allowed to, you can have a #1 that's returnable, or you can have a #1 with ratio variants, but you can't have both. So this might be, so this is going to be kind of interesting in terms of what it starts doing with the print runs, because this is a bunch of retailers that had to look at this book and actually just make a decision about how many they wanted, with no safety net.
Ratio
right. So I ordered a fair amount, but we will see. I'm kind of curious. I haven't read it yet. Let's take a look at the inside. I don't even know what it's about, you guys. No clue. Something about eating rich people. I'm hoping / expecting this to be a society type thing. If anybody's a fan of the Gonzo 80 horror film Society, where they have the big shunting at the end of the movie. I know that a couple of people on the Instagram will get that. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't see a lot of people being eaten. But on the
Where's
front
my
cover,
eating people?
but on the front cover,
Well, it's a first issue. It's an appetizer.
this person's drinking like a blood martini, so something going on there. That's
Louis says, "Eat the rich." Let's start with Bezos once he gets back from space.
He's too skinny.
Yeah, well, he's beefed up. He's got buff, man.
Oh, well, that's just all tough muscle.
That's
Well,
all
he's flying
five,
around. I want a nice-
5 hours of personal
That's
training.
fat, yeah,
Well, he's flying around in his weenie rocket.
weenie rocket.
I was trying to be good for the kids, you know.
We have a couple of open to order covers. Here's another one here. It's pretty cool. Very punk rock. Eat the rich. And then the one that I ordered the most of, just because I think it's the best one, plus Jenny Frisen's really popular. There's that Jenny Frisen.
Oh, that's amazing.
Beautiful cover. Beautiful. And we got some ratio variants to go along with these. I have a 1 in 10. I got a bunch of with some real cheap at $7.99. This is by Leila DeLuca.
A little higher, please.
How about that?
Beautiful.
Got it. That is all the same cover.
Adam Hernandez says Society is a trippy movie.
Yes, to say the least. Okay, so then we have that same Jenny Frisen cover, but without the trade dress in black and white. This is the 1 in 25 textless. 1 in 25 ratio variant there. And I got a couple of those. And then finally, not finally, there's one more. Same one. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this is the 1 in 50, but it has the foil embossed red ruby cover foil thing.
So a good way to pick that up, Ryan, might be if you go front to back, there we go. A little tilt. But yeah, it's great. We got it.
Very nice. Oh, and I didn't even miss this. The glove also.
The glove.
Yeah, even more the dress too, right?
No.
Just the gloves and then the title and then like a little river of blood or something heading into the ocean.
Oh, I thought I saw something in the dress.
And then there's a 1 per store ratio that is a non-trade dress textless variant of the main cover by I think his name is Kevin Tong. Excuse me. Sorry, Kevin. Okay. We also have a new Elric Michael Moorcock book. I've never read any of this stuff, but it's essentially it's Conan-esque, right?
It's in the
ballpark.
Similar ballpark, yeah.
Elric stuff comes out all the time, but for whatever reason they decided to make this one returnable, I think. But also it has a great Mike Mignola cover. So I don't usually get this kind of stuff for the wall, but I did not skip out on this one. The artwork is gorgeous. This looks like it is reprinted from a European comic book, which is why you have the letterboxing on the top and the bottom.
Is it Titan?
It's Titan.
Yeah, that's probably.
But also that means that the artwork is phenomenal. This looks really great. If you're in the mood for some dark fantasy, sword and sorcery kind of style stuff, definitely check it out.
Mike, can you do one more page, but a little higher, pal?
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good one. How about that?
That looks great. Thank you.
I wasn't going to read that, but I'm at least going to flip through it. That looks really good. And then if you like that Mike Mignola cover, I have a 1 in 25 ratio variant, again, without the trade dress on it, for $24.99. Because you know what? If none of you buy it, maybe I'll take it home. I don't know what I'll do. Okay. We have another new book this week from Dark Horse called Killer Queens, Putting the Sass in Assassin. This is the main cover and the B cover. I did not get a ton of these because the C cover was Jem Bartel, and I thought that was the best one by far. So a whole bunch of these ones on the shelf if you want to check it out. This looks kind of like gender-flipped Buck Rogers. And definitely a whole bunch of LGBTQ stuff, friendly things in the first few pages. If you like your LGBTQ Buck Rogers comic book, check out Killer Queens, Putting the Sass in Assassin. Ruben wants to know, did we lose the Facebook FBZ?
Well, I'm still seeing it.
Or I don't know if that's what he means by that. I just assume FB means Facebook.
Killer Queens, does Freddie Mercury show up at some point? Yeah, Luis is seeing on the Facebook.
Maybe. Oh, Killer Queens. She's a killer queen. Maybe that was the joke. Okay.
Ask Ruben again. So Ruben's on what?
This is on Instagram. Ruben, are you not able to see the Facebook feed anymore?
Yeah, me and Steve are seeing it.
I'm seeing it.
Because everybody here is calling you a liar. We have a new issue of Noctera this week, and they're still doing ratios for it, but less than they were before. Hey, I like it when they do a ratio variant, and then they're not just taking the main cover and doing it in black and white. This is brand new artwork here by Mirka and Dolfo. Very cool. a 1 in 25. I'm letting go for $14.99. Noctera, very popular book in here. Still have quite a few of the back issues. Here's a new series this week from Image called Second Chances. I hate it when I don't do any reading because okay, this is black and white. We can confirm that much. And looks like kind of an action crime kind of deal. So find some good. We have some people in like Japanese style masks with like giant machine guns. I actually really have no idea what's going on. It looks pretty cool though. Second chances. Give this one a first chance. Yes, Ruben says that we lost the Facebook feed, but it seems like that's not the case actually. Ruben, check your eyeballs. Okay, moving right along. We got enough black cats this week in order to qualify for a 1 in 25 black cat variant by Sway. Huh?
A white cat?
A white cat? What? It's a black cat.
Well, you said a variant. That would be a white cat.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. White hair. Continues finding all kinds of new poses to do with her jewelry.
She's such a poser.
She's such a poser. Okay, so I guess that means we moved on to Marvel Land. A lot of Marvel stuff this week because we got a couple of big books this week, including Kang the Conqueror. Now, Conqueror is a word that I learned that I didn't know how to spell correctly. But I've had to do it now. I've had to do it correctly enough times now that I'm never going to forget that Conqueror has 2 O's and not 2 E's.
Like, ooh.
Well, I kept doing Conqueror, and then I'd add ER, and it'd be like, no. I'm like, what do you mean, no? Conquer, and then ER. No. What? It's Conquer, and then OR. So Kang the Conqueror, obviously, with the Loki TV show, everybody's talking about Kang. It ain't no thing.
So you need to buy another vow.
Yeah. Looks pretty cool. I have not had a chance to read it yet. I will try to read it tonight. Ooh, the subtitle for it is Only Myself Left to Conquer. Sounds like maybe some Loki variants versus other Loki variants or something, huh? That's what the vibe that I'm getting. We have a variant here by Patrick Gleason. There are a ton of open to order covers for this, which I don't like it when Marvel does that. I picked a couple and ordered some for the wall. The rest of you, if you pre-ordered it, you got it. If you didn't, then we can see if we can still get them. There's a Patrick Gleason one.
Pick the best of the bunch.
I picked Gleason. I also picked Scotty Young.
That's cool.
Pretty cute on the planet Earth with his little flag. And then, of course, we got to do the Peach Momoko. And then we only have one ratio variant for King the Conqueror, and it's a doozy. It's a 1 in 50 by Ryan Stegman. But we're selling it for a low price of $29.99, which must mean that Kang was definitely ordered quite a bit. Otherwise, the price would be higher since it's such a higher ratio. I really love Wendy, not so much. We don't have to agree on everything. This ratio variant for the Marvels this week. I really like this Doctor Strange trying to pull his booties on and also eat his bagel and try to get his shaving done all at the same time. Pretty neat. That's a 1 in 25 by Greg Smallwood. Really like Greg Smallwood.
He's doing the Human Target series.
There you go. When that comes back. Human Target was before, right? There's like it would be a reboot. Wasn't that a Vertigo series way back when?
Oh, the's been. I mean, he started out. He's a DC character.
Oh, he's like Unknown Soldier and stuff like that. That goes way back. Yeah. Got it.
Or Sandman.
Yeah.
Or Swamp Thing. Or Animal Man.
Let's just say DC characters.
Yeah. Well, they are now.
What?
Because there's no Vertigo.
And Doll Girl, Doll Lady, Doll Man. No,
you're thinking of
Arm Fall Off Boy. Arm Fall Off Boy.
And then there's Phantom Lady. So somewhere you were getting your whole thing crossed.
This one is spoken for because somebody jumped on this, and I think it's really cool. There's a 1 in 25 ratio variant for this week's Miles Morales annual, and it's by Tony Fleece.
Wow.
Look at that. He did kind of a cool old pulp style magazine cover for this one. It is already spoken for, but he is going to grab it for $29.99. Check in with Instagram. Nope. All right. We also have Moon Knight number 2 this week. Number 1, huge seller. I'm out of number 1s. I'm waiting on second printings.
Did you see the picture of you know who in
I did.
the costume?
Yeah, look cool.
Oscar Isaacs.
Yeah.
Is that who it is?
Yeah. We also have a Peach Momoko open to order cover for Moon Knight this week. No need for anybody to say overrated or we're sick of Peach Momoko. Okay. Now we have a David Finch 1 in 25. I was really surprised. Again, a testament to how many of these are probably selling across the country, that David Finch was actually really associated with Moon Knight quite a bit, because that was one of the books he kind of cut his teeth on before he got really popular. I think he was doing that book with Greg Hurwitz or something. I never read that stuff, but it's supposed to be like really like gritty and violent. Anyway, just surprised it's only going for $14.99. $14.99. That's it for a David Finch Moon Knight ratio. Believe these are both spoken for. We had a hidden gem variant for number 1 that was the Bill Sienkiewicz. It was really cool. This time they're doing John Romita with Moon Knight versus Hobgoblin, which is somewhat topical, I guess, since all signs point to Hobgoblin popping up in the Spider-Man movie soon. I think that's his buddy, his little psychic pal from school, because he's got the name of the guy that ends up being the Hobgoblin, I guess. Anyway, 1 in 50 ratio variant for $29.99, well below ratio. Continuing these beautiful In-Hyuk Lee kind of style variants, fashion variants for Asian American, Pacific Islander. I forgot the rest. Appreciation Month. Yes, I don't remember what the I stands for. This one is Rachel Summers.
Yes,
it's a very complicated family history dynamic there. But
Scott and Jean and Cable and all of them.
Yeah. This is a 1 in 50 ratio variant. We're doing $59.99. Really cool, the surfboard.
But there's a text cover of that?
Yes, if you want to. There was an open to order. I believe. Could be wrong. No, there was an open to order cover with the same artwork that just had the trade dress on it. We are done with that. Oh, that was for Way of X number 5, by the way. Okay, the other big book this week is The Trial of Magneto.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you that were following the gala stuff, spoiler.
Who died?
Wanda.
What?
Wanda's dead again, I guess. I'm not reading it either, so I don't know all the details. But and her father is implicated.
I never envisioned that.
Hey-o! There he is. Welcome back.
That was a sad rib
This is the one I ordered the most of. Just a gorgeous Stanley Art Germ cover. I'm appreciating these digital artists more and more. Very, very, very pretty. And, of course, we also have a Peach Momoko for that one as well. I wonder if I could show you some inside without any spoilers or anything.
Well, she's already dead.
Well, so John Hickman, is it? I don't know who this is written by. Leah Williams. Not familiar. But there's a quote in the beginning by Wanda Maximoff, and it says, "Immortality is just a life sentence with a more pleasant veneer. Everlasting life is terrestrial purgatory." Addressing the revolving door, revolving death door, I guess, in the Marvel Universe.
Luis says, Wanda is dead. Was it Agatha all along?
Wait, what is she? I don't remember. I already forgot everything in that show. Did she have like a cute catchphrase or something when she was like, "Was that me?" or like something like that? I don't remember what it was. Okay. We also have really cool cover here by Mark Brooks. Beautiful cover by Mr. Brooks.
Somebody on Instagram said, "Did Magneto leave a glove behind?"
The glove doesn't fit.
Then
must have quit.
You ain't got shit. Oh. Okay, we have another David Finch ratio. Speaking of Vision, this is the spoiler variant. So apparently there must be something going on with Vision in this comic book.
He's probably dead too.
I don't know what's going on with these characters. To be perfectly honest, I think that he got killed by the Hulk. I think that's the last time he was in the Marvel Universe. I think he got taken out by the Hulk. But who knows? Who can remember? Anyway, $14.99 for the David Finch ratio, 1 in 25.
Obviously didn't see that coming, did he?
Can I give a hot take?
Yeah.
I think if it's done well and you're emotionally invested in any story, if you kill off any character you care about, it can be like, oh my gosh, it's shocking or upsetting. But I think sometimes, a lot of comic book publishers or writers take the easy way out. Okay, we got to kill someone. Let's kill the android, or let's kill the person who has magical powers and come right back. You know what I mean? It's like when they killed off Rhodey or something. It's just like, oh, he's human. Can't really bring Rhodey back if you kill him. very
Oh
well.
yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
You can bring back anybody.
Like Alfred.
It don't matter.
Like Alfred's not back yet.
Did he get his hand?
Yeah.
Well, he lost his hand.
He lost his
and
hand, then he
got
lost his
killed.
life, but he is not back yet.
Yeah, for
Okay.
years.
Well, he'll be back. How will he be back? Lazarus Pit.
Well,
It
he's
doesn't
got
matter. Whatever.
Pennyworth.
Huh?
Pennyworth is here. A prequel.
Pennyworth. I didn't know it was based on a TV show. Okay, and a couple more. We have a hidden gem. This is really cool. You don't see Greg Capullo's artwork very much on the Marvel front. There's a Greg Capullo Magneto there for you for $24.99. That's a 1 in 50 ratio variant. That's half the price of the ratio.
Wow.
And this is a hot tamale this week. This is the 1 in 100 ratio variant for Trial of Magneto. It's that same artwork we saw before without the trade dress. $79.99, selling for over $100
Art Germ
on the eBays.
Where's Art Germ from? Germany?
I don't know. I don't know.
Louis says, in comics, death is just an extended nap.
Oh, Cody says if the glove doesn't fit, it's magnetic.
Oh, that's good. We
We
should really have a prize on standby for the best
for
pun
just
of
the best pun. You know, we'd never get through the show if everybody was actually just trying rather than just doing
Hey, a
it
bunch
casually.
of comedians over here.
We'll finish out with the Star Wars stuff for this week. Bunch of Star Wars books. As the main Star Wars title, issue 16. It's a cool 1 in 25 ratio variant. They've been focusing along in the X-Wings and stuff lately. I guess that must be part of the story. $9.99. Let's find these homes. $9.99 for the 1 in 25 ratio variant for Star Wars number 16. This one's a little bit more popular. I'm not sure what's going on in these books, but here's a 1 in 10 ratio variant for Star Wars High Republic Adventures, the all ages Star Wars High Republic title. They're up to issue 7. This one is $14.99, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce the artist's name.
Hong Kong.
Because it looks like it's too hard. Stanley Archim's Chinese. Yeah.
Stanley Art Germ's from Hong Kong?
Yes.
Not from Germany.
Born and bred in Hong Kong.
Well, that's a surprise.
I don't think his actual name is Archer, but I could be wrong. Or maybe it is. I don't know. These I think are really cool. John Cassaday has been doing the 1 in 25s for War of the Bounty Hunters, the main series. And I think they've looked really good. This one's going to be a bit more popular, I think, just because he stole the show at the end of the first season of The Mandalorian.
The Mando.
Also, I just kind of think this guy looks cool. And speaking of which, that brings us to our last ratio of the evening. So again, it's the third issue of War of the Bounty Hunters this week. With all the different tie-ins and all that, these are the main issues for that series.
I was about to say, there's been like 50 issues so far.
Yeah.
But you mean a proper main
The main. One of my favorite artists, but people don't appreciate him as much as I do. This is a 1 in 50 ratio variant by Declan Shalvey. Wonderful Irish artist. Again, $24.99, but that's really cool, I think. You got Afra there and Boba Fett together. Great color scheme.
Oh my gosh.
$24.99.
Ruben and Monique come in for the saves. Ruben, Stanley Art Germ Lau.
Wow, that's the name. That's
Stanley
part of it.
Archer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. He just dropped the Stanley Lau and just gone Art Germ for a long time.
Okay. I almost forgot one. We have another one of these Aftershock one-shots. Big magazine. I was going to say it's by Colin Bunn, but this one's by Peter Milligan. But I couldn't.
It's not Colin
It wasn't.
Bunn, it's
It
Peter
wasn't a
Milligan.
bad guess. This is called The God of Tremors, and again, I don't know what it's about, but it says it's a 19th century Gothic horror tale of exorcism, demonic worship, and epilepsy. So I'm definitely going to check that out. It's drawn by Piotr Kowalski, who I really like. Actually, I do try to pick up his artwork when he does a book. So again, it's completely done in one story if you're into like kind of a horror thing. And Michael Gato's kind of randomly doing a ratio variant for it. This is a 1 in 10 for $14.99. And I thought about pricing a little bit lower, but then I was kind of hoping maybe nobody would buy it because I'll take one home.
Take me home tonight.
I want to be your variant till the morning light. Okay. That is it for comic books. Do we want to take a little break or move on to graphic novels?
It's never it for comic books, Ryan.
That's because you didn't talk about Nightwing this week.
Yeah. Tightest costume in comics.
Ties
you didn't
Button
talk-
comics.
And you didn't talk about Superman either, Ryan.
We talked about the pipe. We did it about
It's in
15 minutes ago.
It's in my contract. I get the red M&Ms and 4 Superman mentions per show.
Oh, Annie wanted me to find out what your favorite color was, and we just assumed it was blue.
Close. Red.
And it was one of the two. We didn't know which one, but it's like, you and Annie have the same favorite color.
So real quick, should we do one of the questions? I have two
Yeah,
questions
yeah,
for
yeah.
tonight.
Well, we have.
I didn't
We
think
still had the first question.
Silly me. I didn't think of anything because I was talking the whole time, but I'll come up with something.
Okay, so I'll preview the second question for you, so you can think about that one. Then we'll go into the first question.
All right.
So the second question involves Magneto on trial.
Oh.
So if you had to choose a defense lawyer for Magneto in any media, doesn't need to be Marvel, who would be the best person to represent Magneto on trial? That's this question at the end of the show.
Okay.
So the question for right now is: you are an executive for Warner Media, and you are going to cast Miss Scarlett Johansson in a DC Films Worlds of DC Extended Universe, whatever you want to say, film. Who would you have her play? And I'll go first. Ready?
Oh, I have my answer. Go ahead.
Power Girl.
Okay. That's not mine.
Okay.
Go ahead, Steve.
Zatanna.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a good one.
You try. Somebody said Black Canary. It's like, oh, Black Canary's taken, but you still get those fishnets in there.
Yeah.
But
there's more than one Black Canary, and they've already established this in the movie because her mom was like a Black Canary.
Got it. Black Canary would be kind of an obvious choice.
And that's the obvious choice.
And would you have her be okay? So for my Power Girl, I would have her appear in a Superman movie as Power Girl. Would you have her standalone Zatanna, or what would you do? Or Justice League Dark Zatanna?
I would do because I still think Justice League Dark has a lot of, it's almost like Legends of Tomorrow, but with the darker characters.
Yeah.
And I think that, plus, I mean, Wonder Woman was in Justice League Dark, so you can kind of, it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be like all like, depressing, Swamp Thing characters.
Yeah.
Wow. Depressing Swamp Thing.
She'd be a good Zatanna.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like all of her choices so far.
I think I understand why Derek's choosing Power Girl.
Let's see.
But
yes, the S on her chest would be rather. So like how they show the old school Captain America costume when he's on the USO show, or in WandaVision they get to show Wanda's and Vision's original costumes while they're wearing Halloween costumes. I think for Power Girl, you'd have to do an updated version for the most of the time, but at least give me one scene of the oval cleavage shot.
The Amanda Connor cleavage.
The whole movie just stops and she breaks the fourth wall and just
yeah, exactly.
All right, here we go.
Perfect, just one shot. Okay, so I like our choices so far. Ryan, what's your choice?
I'm saying Hot Girl via Justice League Unlimited, but I forget her name.
Shira
Hall? Is that her?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure there's other hot girls, but for me, I'm
Kendra. There's a Kendra.
I'm going with the fiery redhead character from the cartoons. I want to see that with a big old mace.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying Poison Ivy, but I think that's too obvious. I like our choices better.
I think Poison Ivy and Black Canary are like the two.
It would be. I have to say that it would be nice to see her play a bad guy.
Yeah.
For once.
Well, I also think that it'd be cool to have her somewhat different than Black Widow. So there's like a blonde secret agent character in DC Comics named Cameron Chase. I was like, oh, it should be good for that. And then I was like, oh, that's just Black Widow again.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, who's different? I'm like, oh, Power Girl, totally different.
Yeah.
Personality and power set than Black Widow.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I agree with you guys. Her playing a bad character too would be fun for her. She'd be able to.
Power Girl starts as a bad character in.
She's gone both ways
in Superman cartoon.
Yeah.
Right.
Just think if she played like Poison Ivy. Is this your card?
That'd be awesome.
On Instagram, we got to vote for Silk Spectre 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah. I like that. Thinking outside the box. Okay, cool. So remember, think about a lawyer for the end of the show.
Okay. I got it.
Okay, so do you have some books here?
Yeah. A fair stack. Yeah.
Show's not over. Some people are like, oh, and more comics. But guess what?
Are more comics.
There's more graphic
comic
novels.
books and graphic novels form.
Big comics.
I'm going to start with the manga. Annie has insisted now every week that I make sure I remind everybody that
that's in her contract.
That it's red and blue M&Ms manga for Annie. So we have Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 11, which is apparently a very popular manga. It actually came out last week. Again, more of just a reminder that we are getting the new manga. We're getting more and more of them, and manga's getting really popular again, and we're trying to keep up with it.
You might want to point out that, like, if you can order them ahead of time, because a lot of times they go out of print.
Yes, and we have some people that are kind of adjusting to that and finally getting on the bandwagon of like actually, you can subscribe to manga through Pullbox, and you can pre-order individual volumes on Pullbox. And I do recommend maybe getting in the habit of doing that because, man, manga is really tough to get once it's already come out. It goes out of print really quickly, and it's hard to get. So like Chainsaw Man, I think that's a really popular one this week, and it's already like, oh my god, did I get it? Did I get it? Did I get it? Well, if you pre-ordered it, you got it. But we're gonna have people coming in for weeks now. Like Chainsaw Man, I'll be like, sorry. Anyway,
I sound like Clint Eastwood saying "Get off my lawn" for a second.
Me going sorry.
Yeah, no. Can I make an old man?
I was gonna say that sounds like Tweety Bird.
Yeah. Well, Ryan always sounds like a character.
Books should be read from left to right. I don't care what anybody says.
I feel like anytime a couple kids come in here that are manga fans, I look at them. They're going to the manga section, and I'm right 4 times out of 4.
Well, most of the time you can just say, are they under a certain age? They're going to the manga section.
That's it. That's the main tell. And they have a backpack, and they look very happy. And
they look very happy. Maybe that's telling.
Yeah.
Maybe we should all be reading
normal
manga.
Comic book people are miserable, but the manga people.
I like manga. Hey, I'm watching Attack on Titan, and I always buy all the Junji Ito books, the new Junji Ito joints.
Nice.
Can I tell you, it's not just because I'm into horror, because there's tons of people coming to buy this stuff. They don't have no idea who I am. And it has nothing to do about what we stock, because there's other stuff, too, that we stock plenty of. Junji Ito is the best-selling manga artist in ever. It's just insane.
He's a Stephen King of manga.
Right, but people are into that right now. So this one's called Censor, and that's all I know about it. It's got a creepy, scary thing on the back.
It's got a shiny cover.
It's got some gold leaf stuff in it and some creepy things on the inside. Not a whole lot to say about Junji Ito. It's like, it's the new Junji Ito book. Everybody runs out and gets it. And I buy it and then don't read it. I've read 3. I've read Uzumaki, I've read Gyo, and I've read some of his short stories. And they're great. They're fantastic. I always just pick up the books sight unseen because one day I'll have time to read them.
You're great. Fantastic, Ryan.
Oh, I appreciate that, buddy. Moving right along. Let's we got a couple books from DC Comics this week.
Yes.
We have Gotham City Monsters. This book kind of came and went
right
at the beginning of the pandemic, and I think I don't know, it got stomped on. But hey, if you had trouble catching up with this and finding issues, I ordered plenty of the trade paperback because I thought some folks would want to read it.
And it's got monsters, so
it's got monsters. Nothing wrong with that. And one of my favorite characters, I love Frankenstein, created by Grant Morrison and Doug Mahnke. Also have Sweet Tooth, The Return. Which I'm going to let Steve talk about for a second because I actually am kind of vague on this. Is it a sequel? Is it a prequel? Is it a reimagining? What is it?
No, it follows that kind of after the series. But even if you haven't read Sweet Tooth, you can read this.
Okay.
I mean, you just kind of got to know the basic premise of Sweet Tooth.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a nice follow-up story.
What if somebody's watched the show and hasn't read the comic book? Is this something that they could kind of test the waters and see, maybe I want to go back and read the series?
Kind of yes and no. I mean, it's obviously a lot more, because it was only 6 issues, I think. So yeah, it's a little easier to get into because it's only 6 issues, but there's kind of like somewhat of the story
kind of spoils the other stuff.
But all you have to do is kind of know, like, how at the end of the first season, slight spoiler here, he gets captured by like the bad guy or whatever.
Okay.
So in a way, this is like an extension of like sort of like that, but slightly different bad guy.
Right on. By the way, if you didn't know, we do 30% off on all of our graphic novels all the time, every day, all year long.
And I think it probably should, because there was a variant cover for the first issue by Jim Lee. And I'm assuming they probably reprinted in there. So if you missed that, because I'm not necessarily the biggest Jim Lee fan, but he did an incredible variant cover for.
I love Jim Lee. When I was reading that last issue, sorry to change the subject. Reading that last issue of Justice League, The Last Ride. I keep saying it's just Justice League Last Ride. That artist is doing a hardcore Jim Lee impersonation
and succeeding.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Cool.
I still think we should do that video of like this artist is this artist's progeny.
Yeah, I could.
You mean Phil Jimenez and George Perez?
Or Jeff Darrow and Juan Jose Rip, or we could go on and on. Nick Bradshaw and Arthur Adams. Hey, Derek, I heard you like Stargirl.
Heck yeah.
Okay, how about something featuring How about a book featuring characters that inspired the hit show Stargirl on the CW? I can't even hold this up with one hand.
That is a slim, thick.
Is it the whole thing?
No, it's volume 1.
Oh, what? I know it went for a while. I was going to say.
So it's probably 2 of these all together then. Hey, Starman has been something that's been really difficult to read. So much of the different formats and volumes have been out of print. It's really hard to get it all together. This is probably your last chance if you want to read it easily. I've never read this stuff. It's very critically acclaimed.
really
People
good.
love it.
It's really good. And Tony Harris is his art is just fantastic.
Tony Harris, the artist who also worked on Ex Machina with Brian K. Vaughan, and written by James Robinson, made his career. Anytime anybody's like, "Oh, it's written by James Robinson," they're probably still just referring to the accolades that he got off of Starman.
The Golden Age.
Yeah, in Golden Age, right? So very cool. That's I think the first half of the series for $59.99 plus the 30% discount.
That book, really, really good. And then James Robinson did a run on Justice League, where Prometheus goes after Green Arrow and Speedy or Red Arrow or Arsenal, whatever. Really, really good. And he brings Starman into this version of Starman into DC proper. So that was really cool too.
Because he's the kid of the original Starman, right?
The Golden Age.
James Robinson, one of the worst depictions of Superman I've ever seen. The Justice League story was great. Starman is great. Yeah. He does not understand Superman.
Yeah.
Wrote him as a dumb jock.
Well, that's because he hit him with a pipe.
Yeah. Playing fetch in space with Crypto, and he totally acts like a bro to Hal Jordan. Hey, Hal, what about those other hot Green Lanterns? Want a beer? And I'm like, what?
Wow.
It's really bad.
That's kind of funny.
Starman is great. Read Starman.
Read Starman. Or read Heroes Reborn, already out in trade paperback. I just missed this whole thing, guys. But this was a big sort of pseudo event, quarterbacked by Jason Aaron, with artwork by, how dare them. They put Ed McGuinness, Mark Morales, and Matthew Wilson on the front cover, but I know for a fact that there's one whole issue drawn by James Stokey. Why isn't his name on the cover?
That was a great.
Also, artwork by R.M. Guerra and Aaron Cooter.
Aaron Cooter did a lot of great work.
Did they mention it on the back, though?
They did, on the back. On the back. Top billing for my boy.
He's working his way up, you know.
Okay, that's it for Marvel and DC. We had some neat indie books this week. I ordered quite a few of these just back on the back of the success of Slaughterhouse 5. When they did the Slaughterhouse 5 adaptation last year, it was very successful. So now we have probably a bit more depressing even than Slaughterhouse 5, as depressing as that book is. 1984, the graphic novel. This is drawn by Fido Nesty. And I flipped through this, and it looks fantastic, guys. Oh, wow. It looks really good.
It's a documentary of what we're living through now, right?
Yeah, right. I saw a stage adaptation of 1984 when my wife and I went to New York, and it had, oh goodness, what's her name? Who was the girl that was in Tron, and she's also in
Caddyshack?
No, the remake Wilde. Of Tron, Olivia Wilde. Yeah, and she was fantastic in it, and it was really disturbing and amazing, and it was a great show.
The artwork is really good.
Yeah, this looks awesome, guys. I think I'm going to take one of these home. 1984 was a big book for me when I was in high school. Kind of eye-opening, sort of. Turned me into a goth kid, but didn't quite do it.
So you used to say Tron Legacy.
Excuse me. Sorry. The sequel to Tron. Tron 2.
Matt Schaefer says that's great, and then he also says that's my go-to book when I'm depressed.
Yeah, it's perfect. You lean right into it. Also, another book that kind of came and went, but I really liked it. This is Crimson Flower, written by Matt Kent with artwork by Matt Luzinski, who has a very, very distinct style that I appreciate. And from what I remember, it was about a woman who is using her job at a psychological, what do you call it? Schizophrenia medicine company to find the people that killed her father. Yeah. And she herself is also insane. Yeah. And dealing with that. So anyway, very cool. It's Matt Kent, so you know it's going to be good. Check it out. Here's one by, I like to grab these books by Magnetic Press just because the actual production design on the books is just so cool. These are always, or most definitely always, I can't show you that. That's sexy. So sexy book. Oh, no. This is always European stuff. Visually stunning cinematic suspense thriller, illustrated by artist designer LRNZ. No real name, just the art name. It says technology can be your best friend or your worst enemy. I'm getting kind of a Knight Rider vibe. Oh, yeah. Which we've had a couple of Knight Rider comic books recently between this and Chariot. But looks really cool. Very kind of watercolor art style. I got one of those for the adventurous. It's called Monolith. Here's one that I ordered quite a few more. I don't need to be adventurous because this is a very popular comic, Radiant Black.
Ooh, I like that one.
Big fans here for the people that are into their indie superhero stuff. Hey, right here on the front, Robert Kirkman says the perfect superhero comic for anyone missing Invincible.
Is that a Skybound book?
It's not actually.
Wow,
like, look at that big.
You're sucking it up to it.
Yeah. It's funny. Yeah, and Scott Snyder, who's probably also definitely not friends with this person, says Radiant Black is too much fun. Classic superhero greatness remade brightly and brilliantly for a new generation. And this is a $9.99 trade. Not all the Image Volume 1 trades are $9.99 anymore. So that means you get the first
That's a super deal.
6 issues for $7. It's crazy.
Ding, ding,
That's
ding.
great. Wendy's watching. She
Hi,
says, "Hi,
Wendy."
everyone." Louis says, "Hi, Wendy." Wendy says, "I have a whole series of comics edits I've done, crossing out where people say die or dead and replacing them with nap or napping." In reference to what Louis said earlier.
The napping and the napped?
Taking a nap. Yeah.
How do we do the dying and the dead? The napping and the have napped?
The dawn of
Napping and
the
have
dawn of
napped.
the naps.
I'm going with that.
And I was going to make a joke earlier about Matt Kent, but you moved on too quick.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say if you didn't like that, then you can't get into it.
Oh.
But we can, hi-oh, because it's good.
It's too bad we didn't have a Wiccan thing, so you could like keep it going. Okay. We have another Image Volume 1 trade paperback that kind of came and went, and I really liked it, called Two Moons. It was written by one of my favorite writers, John Arcudi. I'll just say it's a Civil War horror comic. Which for me, that's kind of like slam dunk. I'm definitely going to pick these up in trades and probably read them as they build up a little bit. But yeah, check that out if that sounds like that is your bag. Probably going to be a really popular book this week. We have a sequel to March. This one's called Run. Run recounts the lost history of what too often follows dramatic change, the pushback of those who refuse it and resistance on those who believe change has not gone far enough. John Lewis's story has always been a complicated narrative of bravery, loss, and redemption, and Run gives vivid, energetic voice to a chapter of transformation in his young, already extraordinary life. So sequel to the #1 New York Times bestselling graphic novel series, March.
Did you get to meet him, Steve, or you just said he went to
No,
Comic-Con?
I actually did get to meet him at the Eisner Awards.
Eisner Award?
Yeah.
And that was a year that the book about him was out, or
Yeah. It was, I think, the March, maybe the third one, but it won an Eisner Award.
awesome.
Nate Powell's fourth billing on here. I don't think he's drawing the inside,
I don't think he is. No.
which is fine. It still looks really good.
Yeah.
Okay, and then last up is just kind of fun for Ryan and fun for us too because we all love movies. I ordered this for myself. It's called Untold Horror.
Wow.
It is. It says when there's no more room in development hell. Then fill in the rest. Insightful interviews with horror legends George Romero, John Landis, Joe Dante, Brian Yuzna, Vincenzo Natali, William Lustig, Buddy Giovinazzo. I don't actually know who that is. William Malone, Tim Sullivan, and more by former editor-in-chief of Rue Morgue magazine, Dave Alexander, about the most incredible genre movies never made.
Wow.
Love this
that's right, my
stuff. Love this stuff. And I'm
I
gonna.
can tell you a story about one.
Okay.
The Jaws 3 People Zero.
Is
That's not the original one.
No, it's not. It was supposed to be a comedy.
So yeah,
Some people say it was a comedy.
So they went to Joe Dante because he had done Piranha, and so he's like, because in the second film it's like, how is it related to the shark? It was like the sister, the mom, or brother, or something. Remember, they're all related. So he actually said, "This is the stupidest thing to keep going."
Oh, you opened it?
So he went to Universal, for the pitch, and his pitch was Jaws 3 People Zero, and he was going to kind of do it like Gremlins,
Yeah.
probably like Gremlins 2, I'd say,
Right.
like stupid sequels, like you want a sequel? Here, I'll give you a sequel.
Yeah.
And they're like, no.
Instead, we got a perfectly serviceable Jaws sequel, and it's my third favorite Jaws movie.
After Jaws: The Revenge.
No. Jaws Revenge is a bridge too far. I'll get there one day though. I want to embrace all the Jaws movies into my heart.
I think they explain it's literally like all the sharks are related.
Yeah, this is the mother of Jaws or the son of Jaws or something like that.
I think that one's like the third, fourth cousin or something in Revenge.
Anywho, I like Jaws 3D, which I think is the precursor to Jurassic Park, because name me one movie about, actually Westworld, but besides Westworld, name me one movie where the theme park attraction starts eating the guests. Also, the screenplay was written by Mitchell Matheson and probably went through lots of different rewrites before it actually hit the screen.
I'm guessing that it took place in an amusement park, and that's all they kept.
Pretty much. I want to read really fast, and then I'm going to hand it off to you guys and call it a night. To the chapters in here, because this is really neat. So this is the stuff they're going to talk about in this book, and I am doing this for a reason. I'm showing this to you guys because there are lots of stuff that you can get off of Pullbox that are not graphic novels or comic books.
And that's Dark Horse.
This one is published by Dark Horse, so it would have been easier to find. But there's all kinds of really neat books, either about film or just nerdy stuff or comic books or any kind of things in the back half of the catalog.
Can I jump?
Yeah.
Can I jump in there? Yeah. So if you're looking at Pullbox, you got Dark Horse, Marvel, DC, Image. And then underneath that is what? What's books?
Comics and graphic novels. That's all it says.
And then underneath that, there's another section that's just called books.
Books, yes.
And then there's toys.
And so I'm guilty of this too. Sometimes I'll skip the books or skip the comics and graphic novels, and there's gold in there sometimes, like what you have.
Yeah, I find some of my favorite stuff in those sections.
Well, that would have been in Dark Horse, I think.
Huh?
Was that in the Dark Horse section or book section?
Apparently. No, it was in the Dark Horse section. Maybe both.
Thanks for ruining my point.
I don't know. Okay, just really fast, because I love horror films and it's my show, so why not? Okay, so here we go. Universal's alternate and unmade Dracula and Frankenstein films. That's going to be just a whole big chapter devoted to a bunch of them. Tobe Hooper was apparently going to make a white zombie movie. I had no idea, so I'm going to learn about that. John Landis' Teenage Vampire. Again, don't know anything about that one.
I want to see all these.
Joe Dante, Maddie Simmons, Jaws 3, People Zero, as Steve was talking about. The Maniac sequels, I do know a little bit about. Cannibal Holocaust sequels, not so much, because I'm never going to watch that movie because I'm scared. I just don't like animal violence. George Romero's Copperhead, I don't know what that is. H.R. Geiger and William Malone's Dead Star and The Mirror, don't know. Brian Yuzna's Reanimator sequels, which is bizarre because he did make Reanimator sequels, so it must have been different versions of them that never got made. Robert Parigi's Chrome Gothic, don't know. Vincenzo Natali's original Cube, Splice, and In the Tall Grass. Now, it's interesting because I like Vincenzo Natali movies, and I wonder if the ones I saw were really messed with in studio interference and stuff like that, and he feels like there was a better version. Richard Rapport's Worst Case Scenario, don't know. Tim Sullivan's Brother of the Blood and Freddy vs. Jason is one I'm looking forward to.
Oh, wow.
So that's it. The forward is by John Landis, and then they have a really warm here dedication to George Romero here in the front, who probably passed away while they were putting the book together. So very cool stuff for horror fans. I got one more copy for the shelf if anybody wants it, and if anybody wants to order it, it might still be available on Pullbox. But I just wanted to remind you that there's cool stuff in the catalog that's not comic books.
Nice.
And that's it for me.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah.
Let's go home.
What about your second question?
Just kidding. We have a second question. So again, reminder, we want to see some audience participation here. More comments, the better. Also, guys, if you can like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things, that helps the algorithm. That helps more people see Pulp Fiction Long Beach. And we all have multiple versions of media. We have the Pulp Fiction group, which is different than the main Facebook page. So if you can join that, you can post your own collections, memes, articles, cool things, artwork. And then also we're on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, everywhere. So please follow us, like, share, and participate. Okay.
Are we going to do the big reveal that we're going to MySpace?
Yes, we're bringing MySpace back, everybody. So the first question, when are we going to the Tiki Bar, Matt says.
Soon. Actually, stay posted on that because one of our good customers, Oliver Asuna, has volunteered. If he's still into it, I don't know, but he wants to organize a pub crawl starting here sometime
Pulp Fiction
soon.
pub crawl?
Yeah, so we'll start.
What a
we'll start
great
here
idea.
at the store, and at the very least we'll walk down to the Bamboo Club. But we have other bars in the area as well. So
That's going to make a great video.
yeah, so stay tuned for that. I don't know when. I don't have details yet, but there you go.
Maybe we could make it a scavenger hunt where
Maybe.
we hide a comic book in each spot and they have to answer a
God
trivia
bless you,
question.
Derek. You will always find a way to make it more complicated and more work than it needs to be.
I was like, dang it, I just want to drink. I don't want to do a
I thought
video.
all I had to do
don't
was
wanna do-
walk to the bar and get drunk. I thought that was all I had to do.
No wonder why he didn't invite me to the 500th subscriber thing. 'Cause I would have made a thing out of it.
That you have to answer 5 500 questions.
Jeez. Matt Schaefer says, I'm there. Luis says, join the Facebook group and enjoy the memes that I work very hard on. Yes, Luis, you are
I
amazing.
even see those from time to time. And
I gotta repost. There's some I need to figure out a better way to download because I want to share those all in the Instagram proper.
The question, which was the best one.
Yes, so good. I'm too drunk to deal with complications, Matt says. Yes, and very good, Matt. Okay, so we want to see participation from you guys. We love it. We work really hard to try to create a community for you guys. So remember, the first question was, who would you cast ScarJo as in the DC universe? So everyone out there watching, if you have an opinion on that, who you would like to see Scarlett Johansson play in DC Comics world, hit us up, let us know. The second question is, Magneto is on trial. Do you have that comic book again, Ryan, anywhere? Is it buried? The Trial of Magneto with several different cool covers. There's one by Stanley Archim. No, that's not. Yes. Stanley Archim Lau. There we go. Magneto's on trial. Who's putting him on trial, by the way? Professor X?
I don't know. Krakoa. The
Krakoa?
Krakoan Council.
He's accused of killing Wanda Maximoff, his daughter. So, who would be your perfect lawyer to defend him?
I'm just so happy I actually know a character that's a lawyer, so I want to go first.
Nice. All right, so you go first, right?
Okay, I'll do the less popular one, so you can have an out. I'll do Jennifer Walters.
Who is?
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
And so if the verdict isn't going her way,
and my reasoning is because she's a lawyer.
There we go. I'm a lawyer,
and she's big and green and intimidating.
Now, is she in her human form or Hulk form?
Oh, she got to be in the Hulk form. Got to be in the Hulk form.
All right, cool.
Because then she just like towers over everybody. It's like I just feel like she knows what she's talking about.
Nice. I like it. All right, Steven?
Wolf and Bird Supernatural Law.
Oh, you went for some weird, really okay.
Well, because they basically defend monsters and.
Oh, that sounds great. Yeah. What is that? What's that from? Doctor Who?
It's Bat and Lash's book.
Okay.
Because so basically they defend so if Dracula gets busted for something, they call him and because they'll help them.
I changed my answer to that. That's really cool. What about Derek?
So I have a similar answer, but I like it better because it's my answer.
Harvey Birdman.
Harvey Birdman.
Was that really it? Yeah. I just snatched
Birdman.
It. My bad.
So yeah, I think he'd fumble his way through
Derek, to answer your question was Harvey Birdman, and my answer to the other question was Hot Girl.
Oh my god! Caw-caw!
Yeah.
A couple of bird brains over here. Matt Schaefer's got a bunch of options here. He says the Impossible Man, Son of Satan, the Yancey Street Gang. Wendy says Magneto on trial. Call Space Lawyer, the character from the first few issues in the New Mutants run. That's a deep cut.
There you go.
Nice. Luis says I'd give him the lawyer from The Simpsons to defend him. It'd be fun to see him mess it up. Yeah. And speaking of the glove, you could use Jackie Treehorn from Seinfeld. If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit.
I like the lawyer cousin from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia who's worried that his hands are too small.
You could also do Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney from the video game.
Yes.
Objection!
From the Instagram side, we have Saul Goodman. Very good choice. Well, I don't know if it was supposed to be comic books or not, but fictional character. And then John Milton, I'm the hand up the Mona Lisa's skirt. I'm not sure what that means. Okay. That's all we got for Instagram.
All right. All right, gentlemen, it was a great show.
Yeah.
Let's cut the camera to here. These handsome men are Derek and Steven. Steven, who are you and what do you do?
I'm Stephen Howarth, and I have a website, popculturemaven.com. And I also do video reviews. You can check them out on YouTube.
I have one more question. Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Who's my daddy?
Sorry, that was a kindergarten cop joke that didn't fly. Okay, go ahead.
Wait a second. Oh, it landed over there. Sorry.
All right, got it. Fine. Somebody out there landed.
So yeah, you can check out my website, popculturemaven.com. My YouTube channel is Pop Culture Maven. And I also really pretty active on the group too, so I post a lot of stuff there.
Ooh, Al Pacino.
And sometimes even post stuff that Derek already posted, and he'll call me out.
Yeah, it's something that Luis Molina posted 6 hours earlier or something. Very good, Stephen. We love all your stuff. I'm Derek Heasley of Derek Heasley Entertainment. I think we did 11 videos here for Free Comic Book Day, 1 Instagram only, and then 10 for Facebook. So we got a lot of good content. We got a lot of customers participating, so we appreciate that. So my wife and I also do full post-production, full pre-production, editing on big professional 4K stuff. We do drone work, photography. Right now we're in post-production on work for an um, athletic wear company. So my wife is editing pictures of girls in yoga pants, close-ups of butts.
She's doing it.
She's doing
not
it.
you.
Not
She's
me.
doing it.
Not
Did
me.
she volunteer?
Yeah.
Did you okay.
It was definitely a job for Megan.
Got it.
But yeah, we're working on stuff for hopefully working with some local city and county government stuff. So we do fun stuff. We do very technical stuff as well. So if you ever know anybody who needs any drone video photography, please hit us up, Derek Easley Entertainment. But we always have fun every week at Pulp Fiction doing these Tuesday night shows and then also Wednesday shows. We get some great content usually from Steven and from Wendy. And if anyone else ever wants to participate or wants to do a Zoom video, we're down. And we're also always wanting to interview artists and writers and stuff. Ryan's been doing a great job lately of bringing in some local artists like Paul Sherrar. Who else, Ryan?
We have
Monster Matador.
Monster Matador, Stephen Price.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah. Rafael
Navarro.
Yeah.
And so I've been able to get videos with each one of them. So if you ever have any local artists, talk to Ryan, local artists, creators. And we just love the community. We love the fans. We love the customers who want to continue making awesome videos and content for you guys. So that's DerekEasley.com, or you can find me on all the social medias. And that's it. Watch Superman and Lois and Stargirl tonight. And What If tomorrow. And Star Trek Lower Decks. And Titans. It's a good time to be a nerd, I got to tell you.
Yeah, nobody should be complaining.
It's fantastic. It's a great time to be alive. And look, I got a shave for my anniversary.
For 2 bits?
Yeah, because my wife, has to deal with this beard out to here. So I look younger.
Did you do it yourself or did you go to a salon?
Oh, no. I had a salon lady do it. She's fantastic. Tammy.
Way to go, Tammy.
Way to go, Tammy. I should cut the hair, too. Ryan, who are you?
I don't even know anymore.
Yeah. You're a guy who has a sports betting site.
That's right. It's called Rabbit Hole. Drop the mic. Drop the mic.
Dang. Stephen Howard, you did not. Steven, you didn't.
The spirit
who taught you how to?
Lerner here.
Jeez.
It was fine when I set it up.
Steven, who's had
their hand on the microphone
who taught
all
you
night
to?
long?
Who taught you to screw, Steven? Goodness gracious. Wendy says Ryan is the drug dealer. Yes.
Yes, I am the drug dealer. Yes.
Selling his comic crack.
Yes.
Yeah. Any last thoughts, Ryan?
No. I'm gonna go home and try to read some comic books I didn't get a chance to read last night, and get some rest so I can be here all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for you Wednesday people tomorrow.
And let me concur that Ryan's pick of the last week, Campisi was really good.
Hey, Dragon. Hey.
And yeah,
So,
I like that he's a nice mobster.
Yeah,
right?
he is.
Like,
Yeah,
he's the nice fixer. And then Eddie's pick, Batman '89, was really good too.
Yeah.
I love. It's like the Billy D. Williams comic. It's just I totally
It's the
hear.
Billy D. Williams
I
comic book,
totally
yes.
hear his voice while you read it. It's just like, oh, it's Billy D. Williams right there.
Oh, one last thing. Shout out to Tales from the Flip Side. I am not doing this enough. I should be doing it every week because we have some folks over there that are plugging us when they do their shows. Go check out their network of things they do on YouTube. They do a lot of fun shows. A lot of mostly it's about comic book speculation. So collecting, flipping, how much is this value is this going to retain, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I may make an appearance on the show very soon. One of the ones where it's kind of fun. They put up 2 different books, and then you have to decide which one is the better investment, which I don't know why I'm on the show, but they said they want to hear what I have to say anyway. So anyway, shout out to Tales from the Flip Side. Go check them out on YouTube and Instagram.
And shout out to our other friends, BZ Comics.
That's right.
Bruce was on the show a while back, and also Bronze and Modern Gods.
Bronze and Modern Gods.
I almost said Golden Superhero.
Actually, I listen to Bronze and Modern Gods every week. It's a perfect car length podcast that's available on Spotify. It's really easy to listen to, and then Bruce, I can have it on full on good authority that he's got some stuff cooking. You might see us in Santa Ana soon, so we'll see. Anyway,
Very good.
Yeah,
and then shout
all
out
our friends.
to Cameron as well. Cameron's got a little podcast.
Yes, Cameron reads comics. Haven't seen Cameron in a little bit. I think he got a job, J-O-B.
How dare
But he's probably still doing his podcast. Cameron reads comic books. Also, a wonderful podcast. Check it out.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you guys. Great show. We love our family. We love the comic book fans. And live long and prosper out there, everybody.
Bye-bye.
You two at the same time?
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Doubly live